Hey guys, welcome back to Sam Fam. We're so glad you could join us again. Last year we did a video talking about the difference between celebrating Christmas here in American Samoa in the tropical climate as opposed to the Christmases we've spent throughout all the rest of our lives. Being in the mainland with cold Christmases, we can't do all those same traditional things that we did on the mainland. And so we are going to embrace the Samoan culture, this beautiful island that we live on. And we are going to have a little Christmas umu. Last year for Thanksgiving, we cooked our turkey in an umu and it turned out amazingly, like best turkey I've ever eaten. It was so delicious. And so we've got a friend who has a turkey. And so we suggested, hey, maybe let's get together and let's cook this turkey up together, umu style. Now, if you don't know what an umu is, it's the traditional Samoan way of cooking. It's an earth oven, but instead of a pit dug down into the earth, like you may have seen maybe at a Hawaiian luau, it's up on top of the ground. So we're going to find some nice river rocks, stack them in there, pile some wood on top, start a fire, let the fire burn super hot to get those rocks really, really good and hot. And just the heat of those river rocks is what we're going to use to cook our turkey. And we've got taro, ulu or breadfruit, palusami, corn on the cob. I think that's all of it. The boys are down collecting some firewood right now. We're going to get everything we need and head over to start our umu. So hopefully later tonight we are going to have incredible umu cooked turkey. Wish us luck!
You guys know the story behind the coconut? No. This should be told by a Samoan, but there's not one here, so I'll tell it. There was a very, very beautiful young lady that lived in the Samoan Islands thousands of years ago. And she lived next to a big freshwater pond. And there was a Fijian king that came to visit the territory and fell in love with her. He had magic abilities, so he turned himself into an eel and lived in the pond next to her house. And she would come and visit the pond, and he would visit her, and they became friends, and he fell deeply in love with her. And the longer they went on with their relationship, the bigger he grew. And then there was a great famine that hit the land. People were beginning to starve. People in the village were starting to talk about this big eel that lived in the pond and how much meat he would provide. So she was scared and ran down to the pond and told the eel, said, they're looking at coming and eating you. He said, I know, and it's okay. Here's what I want you to do. When they chop my head off, I want you to take my head, I want you to bury it. And what will happen is there will be a tree that will grow from it, and it will provide everything that your people need to survive through this famine. It will provide fibers that can make nets to catch fish. It will provide the sweet water inside that has nutrients. It'll provide the meat of the coconut, and it will have my face on it. So there's the face of the eel, which is the two eyes and the mouth right there. The bigger one is the mouth. And that way, when you drill out the mouth and you drink the coconut water, it'll be like we're kissing every time. So that's where the coconut came from. Now the face of the eel is important because when you look at the face of the eel, what you want to do to crack the coconut, there's this line that goes up between the eyes there. You want to hit kind of like right on the top of the head, right on that line right there. If you hit it right, it cracks pretty nicely all the way around. And you get two pretty decent halves there. There you go. So once it cracks, kind of hold it outside, and then just kind of like hit it softly around that crack to keep the crack going all the way around.
And have more space. Hey, I did.
Hey. Oh, you got it first hit. You cracked it.
How you make the palusami. So we already kind of got it set up a little bit. We're going to take 5 or 6 of the young taro leaves and offset them on your hand, and then we're going to I'm going to cup my hand like this, and then we're going to use a coconut shell to scoop some of this mixture up and put it into here. So in the mixture we've got our freshly squeezed coconut cream that you saw us making, and some chopped up onion. We're going to add just a little bit of salt, some garlic. Some people use garlic, some people don't, but we like the taste of it. I don't have measurements of any of this stuff, so. Then we've got some nice fresh limes that are growing right here, and we're just going to squeeze it. We don't have a spoon, so I'm just going to use the knife to stir it around. All right. I've got my leaves. I'm going to scoop some up. Put it right in the middle there and gather it all up at the top. Get 2 pieces of aluminum foil. So traditionally they used banana leaves, but we're not cool enough. We do the easier way and just use aluminum foil. Keeping the leaves all gathered up here at the top, we're going to just bring the aluminum foil up around, squeeze it together at the top and kind of twist it around so it's completely sealed, and so as it's cooking, all the steam is trapped in there, and it's going to steam that and make amazing, delicious palusami.
2 hours later.
Well, we think that the umu is just about done, so we're going to start taking it apart here in just a minute. This took so long today that everybody else had to bail. Either they had to get kids home or they had other things to do. And so it's just us left here. If the umu actually worked, which we're still not sure of, we're gonna have tons of leftovers. We put it out to the neighborhood to see if anybody wanted to come by with a plate and grab some. We really hope that they will. Otherwise, we're gonna have to find room in our freezer to be able to fit it all before it goes bad. All right, we're gonna uncover it. Let's go see how it looks.
I took off a lot of the outer layer up top right here, and I'm doing it kind of slow. I'm attempting to be organized. So I've been throwing it over here, and I just uncovered a little bunch that a big plume of steam came out. It's feeling a lot hotter, and it smelled pretty amazing. So I went from feeling like an instant failure to thinking like there's a possibility that maybe it won't be too bad. But I'm not ready to like claim victory over this turkey quite yet. Okay, well, I'm pretty ready to say that we did not cook this umu right, because I mean, it's possible this is done actually. I'm feeling it. It feels like this could be good. I don't know. This is taro. The palusami is warm. I mean, some of them are actually kind of hot. The corn's pretty hot. That feels okay. The palusami over on this side is warm at best. The ulu or the breadfruit is like, it might be done, but it's like only barely a little warm. Now here's the thing that we are most concerned about, and I'm not feeling great about it, is here is our turkey, which isn't looking, well, it's hot, but hot isn't necessarily enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's looking pretty pink in there. Ugh. Well, there's not much more we can do right now. We'll go take it over to the truck and we'll actually kind of cut into it and see if it's actually pink or anything. I don't know. Let's try it.
So, do you think we should have like made the fire go longer, get the rocks hotter?
You know, so we've done this before and it was a huge success. The only thing I felt like I learned from last time was that we left too much coal in there, so the coal burned through the banana leaves and it let a lot of steam escape, and we had to do a bunch of things to keep it all together there. This time we basically removed all of the coal out of there and just left the rocks, kind of made them a little bit even in there so that they were spaced out evenly, and thought that would be good enough, but I don't think that the rocks weren't hot enough. I think that we probably took too much coal out, that we should have left a lot of the coal dust in there. We just should have taken the actual physical big red hot coals out of it. And I think that we took too much out and we let too much heat escape when we did that. And I also think last time we put a couple rocks on top of the turkey that helped a little bit. I don't know. This whole thing is a huge disaster. It feels like such a horrible failure. But I'm gonna go take this over to the truck right now and we're gonna cut in and see if it's all pink and raw in the middle. Where we should have brought some more utensils for cutting. This thing just doesn't, I mean, it's not golden at all. I don't know, okay. Probably the thickest piece right here, so I'll cut into this. I mean, it looks cooked right there, but this is not right. It's not cooked well enough. I mean, oh, and it's getting pretty, oh, it's pretty raw in there. Ah. Oh man, that was so much work for a raw chicken. Turkey. Well, there still may be some palusami.
And
Let me go open up, and taro possibly, the ulu, corn on the cob. Let's go check that. Maybe that's okay. So I feel best about the corn on the cob. It feels pretty darn hot in my hand right here. Almost too hot to handle.
Just like you.
Looks like corn so far. Not a lot of smell coming off of it.
Give it a bite.
That's not. Wow. It's either too cooked or not cooked enough. All right. Palusami. That looks all right.
Let's get a look at that.
Yeah.
Might be a little juicy still.
A little bit.
Mmm.
Hallie likes the corn on the cob.
Oh, this doesn't feel like it's. I think half of this is cooked, is what happened here. Oh.
The corn is good.
Well, the good news is we have some microwavable food at home.
And some corn.
Good thing everybody went home and didn't stick around for this.
Yeah, really good thing. Okay, well, that's okay. We're gonna still go have a happy Christmas, and we're gonna go eat some good food and see if we can find somebody that can fix any of this food. In the meantime, I think what we need to do to get back into the holiday spirit after kind of a letdown like this is to go check out some of the beautiful Christmas lights around the island. So let's go do that right now. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
All right.
How's that sound, Hallie? You want to go drive around and find some Christmas lights?
In the back of the truck.